Jason, influenza A? Are there more than one?
Yeah, I recently learned about it, but that's one that came back from the kids. Because our house has been sick for quite a few days now. It's one of the worst viruses I think I've ever had. Barely get out of bed. And it made its way from Genevieve to me, to Heidi, to Jess. So, yeah, it's just been wreaking havoc in the Lasasso household. But yeah, I think influenza A is like the one that's like the OG flu that, back when they had the plague and stuff.
The Spanish flu?
No, I don't know if it's that one, but there's 4 different kinds. There's A, B, C, D, and I guess A is the most common, but it's the most serious.
Well, that sucks. So hopefully you feel better. And maybe I got some topics tonight that will make you feel better. So... Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we got Alex, Corey, Jason. Randy will be on a bit later after Putting League. Evan will be here tonight. He's just getting back from Putting League, Evan?
Yes, just getting on, thanks.
And one half of Camel Case Corey, Tim Goyette. I believe he's on his way back from Putting League. Is that true, Evan?
Yes, also correct.
Okay, yeah, so that's who we got tonight. I have 9 topics for us to go over. Okay. Jason, you're going second because I already know what number you're going to pick. So, Evan, pick a hole 1 through 9.
Number 3.
Number 3, this is a game. You know what? It's probably better to wait on that. Brian Bickersmith bitches that I don't do enough. Well, he doesn't bitch, not like physically bitch, but I've heard rumor that we don't do enough pro stuff. This, though, I think will be better with at least Tim here.
All right, so ask me to pick again.
So what hole, Evan?
Let's do hole 7, Pat.
7. Speaking of Brian Bickersmith, I hate social media. I think there's a use for it. I think it's fine. I just suck at it. Like, my sense of humor does not play well on social media, so I post as little as possible without sounding like an idiot. I had a question, though. The last episode, the night before, Brian Bickersmith posted on Instagram, waiting for the midnight release of the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast episode, Those Dummies. What did that mean? Do you know what that meant, those dummies?
We actually even talked about this at work. He told me that after making that post or whatever, that he had this thought that you were going to use it in the episode title, which you ended up doing. But I kind of forgot what it was.
Well, was it about the match with you guys in Minekill last week?
Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, yeah. That timeline was fit.
But who's the dummies in that regard?
Him and Chad, probably, I guess.
Oh, because he's blaming themselves for
missing the penalties.
There was some room left on the table, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, that's cool. I was just wondering because I didn't understand it, but I had to include it somehow. Because I will do a joke even if only one person gets it, But no, I was just curious. So you think it's referring to himself as one of the dummies? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I put my money on.
All right. But I have to include New York Team Challenge. In fact, my goal for next year is to somehow figure out a way for you guys to do Team Challenge every week because there's always a little bump with those episodes.
We just have to have a Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast
Team Challenge.
Yep. Like off season, but it's actually like during the entire on season.
Absolutely. 52-week season. All right. So that's hole 7. Anything else on those dummies or just...
Nah, just, dummies.
You don't think they were dummies though, right?
No, I wouldn't think that.
So you think they're dummies, but not necessarily for that, but just in general. Okay. I get you. All right. So Alex, hole 7 has been used. What hole? That was a quick one. Jason, you'll get the next one. So
yeah, I was going to say, we're going to Jason. What are we doing? Well, let's go number 8 for me.
Evan, you said there was a winter battle royale update?
That's correct. Yesterday, I would say it kind of officially kicked off. Well, it officially kicked off when we did the seeding match at Stony Kill. But yesterday, 4 matches took place at SPW, all roughly around the same time.
Is there like a link to a bracket?
There's a bracket. It's in the group chat. Brendan's running a group chat.
Brendan or Brandon?
Great question. Brandon Klein. We all just call him B Klein, so I'm not used to saying it, to be honest.
Okay. You said there were 4 matches?
Yes, so 4 matches went down yesterday, including the number 11 seed, Dennis Daly, who faced off against Kenji Klein, the number 6 seed. Dennis was the 11 seed because he missed the seeding round because he was on a cruise. I don't have many details from the match other than the fact that Dennis won 1 up.
So that's a good one.
Actually, they did put a scorecard up. Yeah, pretty back and forth. Everybody played whites because each round in the bracket has a different list of courses you can pick from to play in. So SPW whites was one of the layouts for the red bracket, if you see it there, Pat.
Mhm.
So everybody played that back and forth, and it looks like Dennis took it down 1-up. I asked him if he could put the match result in the bracket. So the orange number would be the winning points, and the other number is like holes left.
Oh, that's cool.
So another match that went down was JJ Knapp versus Eric Struna, both Tower of Power teammates of mine.
Recent Patreon, Eric Struna.
Oh, hey, yo.
Always opportunity to shout out Eric Struna. Some of you guys may know him from Worthy Signs and Apparel. He did our team sweatshirts for Tower of Power. I think he's done some T signs. I don't know if any of you guys on the call right now have worked with Eric, but he does really cool stuff. He's made me a bunch of logo patches, which are pretty sweet.
Nice.
I think Jamin has, hasn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think the CTK signs possibly.
Yeah, I think Eric printed them. I don't know if he designed them per se.
Okay, yeah, I think he printed them, and he printed all the signs for Mindkill last year too, which did a fantastic job.
Awesome. Yeah, and he recently went down to Florida and got like a 3M certification so he can wrap cars and all sorts of stuff. So all your signs and apparel needs, hit up
Interesting.
Worthy Signs, Eric Struna.
I think CPS you did too.
I think you might be right.
Oh, what's up, Tim?
Hey, what's up?
So anyway, Eric and JJ played, and JJ took that one down 5-4, again on the SPW white layout. And then the last two matches both took place on the same card. We had B. Klein himself facing off against Brian Monahan, one half of Camel Case Corey. The other match on that card was yours truly, EMP, Evan Parsley, against my fellow Tower Power co-captain, Tim Goyette.
The other half.
The other half. So all of Camel Case Corey was on the card. Brian was the 7 seed, Brandon is the 10 seed, and then I'm the 4 and Tim is the 5. So technically Tim and I each had a bye, and this is double elimination.
So Brian and Brandon were playing round 1. You were technically in round 2.
Well, that confused me too. We are in round 2, but we're still in the red bracket. Because I worried after the match. I said, Tim, were we supposed to pick a different layout? But no, we're in the red bracket still. But whoever won our match was going to advance to round 3, blue bracket.
Tim, had you ever played on a Dubs card with the other half of Camel Case Corey without being partners?
I think at J Park we did one time. I think we were on Dubs card and we were not partners for J Dubs, I think at least once. But it doesn't happen very often.
How'd the rounds go?
Evan, do you want to give yours or do you want me to go?
We can talk about the other match first.
Okay.
So we all started on hole 5 because other matches were jumping off on hole 1. JJ and Eric started on 1. So we went to 5 weight. Brian and Brendan were pretty back and forth at first. Brendan actually took a 1-hole lead at one point, but Brian proved too much for him and he took it down 2-1. And I will let you hear about our match from Tim because I'm sure he would love to tell you about it.
We started, like we said, on hole 5, and right off the bat, Evan peered the large gap there and put it to, I don't know, what was it, like 4 feet from the pin?
Yeah, maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe 6. And I hit the first tree. So it started off great. I was down 1. We both parred hole 6. Hole 7, Ev threw pretty turned over shot, was out in the field a little bit. And then I threw one that I thought was pretty terrible, but luckily I picked a very overstable disc and it came back. Had probably 35, 40 footer and I nailed it. So that got us back to even. Then hole 9 came up and it was where I thought the whole round was going to fall apart for me. I peered the gap, probably had an 18 footer, thought I was going to go up 1 and going to get something going. And I completely just got the yips on the putt, went off to the right, missed that. And then for the par putt, which was probably 10 feet, I completely shanked it and missed it. So I went from having a birdie to win the hole to went to a bogey to lose the hole.
It was shocking.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. After that hole, Ev told me he thought that was it. He thought I was going to get on the train and start moving because it was a great tee shot and it would have been a very nice putt, but it was terrible. Then we went to 10. This was another one that was really nice. I had a really great tee shot, just peered the tiny little gap because 10 is, I think it's probably one of the hardest shots on that course from the whites. It's not far, but it's got a tight gap. And there's a lot of trees early on that if you hit something, you're scrambling. And it's probably the one that has the thickest, like, rough off to the right-hand side. If you go off to the right, you're kind of automatically looking at a bogey. He got through the first gap, hit a tree on the second gap, but had a good upshot. I was probably 25, 30 feet and was able to hit that putt. So we got back to even after I gave away a hole on 9. 12, we were even. 13, we
You're
were
going to leave
even.
out the fact that I almost aced on 11.
Yeah, I am going to leave that out.
Okay.
On hole 11, I took the hyzer line. Thought I was going to do something pretty good, but hit a tree, got kicked back, and Ev hit the tree that's right behind the basket. It's directly behind, probably 10 feet back. He hit that tree. So it was right on line with the basket the whole way, and then hit the tree behind the basket. It was a nice shot. Scared me a little bit. I'm trying to think. 12, 13, I think we went pars. 14. 14 was a hole that kind of, I don't know. I hate it when these things happen. Ev took the hyzer line, which I don't think is really a line, but he swears that it's a line, and completely parked the hole. Probably was like 12 feet. It was really, really great drive. So I decide that I'm not going to mess up my game plan, and I completely pure the straight gap right at it. Just a really nice shot. One of my best of the day. And I'm 35 feet long on the basket, and I cage that putt. Ev gets the stroke up on me. That puts you 2 up, I think, right? At that point?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you were 2 up after 14. 15, I got one back. 16, I got one back. So we were even going into 17. 17 was probably one of the most fun holes for the full card. All of us were within 25 feet of the basket, and we're all sitting there for a birdie look. I had to go first, and it ran through my head as I was lining up the putt. I'm like, I'm going to set the tone for this. And I was about to say that out loud, and I was like, I better not, because that means I'm going to cage it or band it or something or miss terrible. So I just put my head back down, and I nailed the putt. It was nice. And then we all went around, and everybody made it. So we had a nice star frame there, which was nice. 18, Ev and I both screwed up. We both parred, so we pushed that. And then we went back to hole 1 and started off. We were even with 4 to go. And I think at that point, were they even too going into that? Or was Brian 1 up at that point?
1 up.
1 up. Okay. So then hole 1, they both got crazy kicks off trees. We were both far out. Brandon hit the tree up the middle, and it skipped forward and landed to like 3 feet of the pin. And then Brian threw a forehand that hit a tree as it was going to cruise past this basket a good 45 feet to the right, and it hit a tree and kicked it back to like 10 feet. Eric Struna started following us at this point. And then there was also some hardcore rockers that were playing in front of us, some casuals that were jumping in, and they had a bit of an aggressive tone to them as they were putting and screaming after every throw they made. So we were delaying as we got to watch them throw in from 85 feet and go absolutely crazy. As I'm lining up there, like a big old breeze comes through, so I start waiting to throw, and Struna starts counting me down like my 30-second timer is going to run out, and I throw my shot of the day. It was just a beautiful, I took my proxy and threw it on a nice little hyzer, and it kind of just went straight up through the gap. Probably landed short 10 feet and rolled up and was 3 inches from the pin. That was the end of the round, because at that point it was just a matter of I was 1 up, and 3 and 4 are not hard holes. You just got to play it safe, and that's exactly what I did. Just got out of the gap. Ev put himself in the trees, getting a little aggressive on 3. And then on 4, rather than throwing a hyzer at that basket with all the ice around it, I just threw, again, my proxy straight at it, had a 30-footer make, and then put the pressure on Evan to make that putt to push a playoff. And I think you caged it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, it was close. So, yeah, I won 1 up, but at no point was it a gimme for either one of us. It was back and forth the whole time. So it was a lot of fun, but it was a great way to spend a Sunday.
So it looks like there's 3 more matches. Josh Lee plays against JJ because he beat Eric. Tim M plays Brian, and Joe K plays Dennis, at least in the winner's bracket.
Yep.
The loser's bracket has yet to be determined. Other than Evan, you'll be playing Brandon. And if I leave in the Brendan comment from earlier, he'll have bulletin board material.
Great. One thing I can mention quickly, a bunch of us did show up to SPW at around 8 o'clock that morning to get a tag match in. What do we have? 6 people, I think, maybe?
7? Well, 6 for tags.
3 and 4, that's right, because you left yours home, you bum.
Yep, exactly, right.
So I'll say I've now gotten up to 6 tag matches for the year, which currently puts me on pace for roughly 110 if I can keep that up.
With it being match play, would you have played this as a tag round as well?
That came up, actually. I should look now because I'm pretty sure it says in the Discap tag rules that you can't play match play.
Really? There's rules?
I'm going to look now.
Maybe they're outdated, because I feel like if you can play a Crokinole game with Jeff Wachowski for tags, then you should be able to play match play.
I agree.
Disc golf.
You can play rock, paper, scissors and flip a coin, right?
Format choices include stroke play or match play, but no doubles, triples, etc. of any kind.
Oh yeah.
That's rule 4.
Well, Ev.
No, well, I guess I was wrong. I could have sworn it said no match play. Well, in any event, I would have done tags, sure, because I say every match is a tag match.
Yeah.
So I would have, and it's fine because I didn't do well that morning, so I had a pretty bad tag.
The tag match kind of was rough, too, because the tee pads on the Blues were a lot of ice. It wasn't the greatest conditions.
Well, he couldn't anyway. You didn't bring your tag.
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah, I only reminded him of that about 42 times.
Yep.
And apparently the SPW course stewards don't play for Blues, I guess. That's why they weren't cleaned. Zing.
All right, so off to a pretty quick start. That's good. When is the goal to have this done by? April, you say? Or did I just make that up?
I think I might have said that last time.
He has it in a document. Let me see.
Well, while you're looking that up, 7-0 Notre Dame.
Ugh.
All right, fun having you on, Tim. Have a good night.
All right, have a good one. I'm a USC fan. That's the problem.
Oh, okay, that's fair then. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he wants it done by April 27th is what he has for the last round date.
Okay. Probably too soon to know of any more matches coming up, are there?
B. Klein reached out to me about scheduling our losers bracket, and we're looking at possibly Saturday morning at Prospect.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has got anything set yet. I think Josh, Lee, and JJ talked about playing CPS. So I don't know if they have a date yet, but I think that was the only other rumor was the two of them were playing CPS for that.
So that means one of you is going to be done.
Yeah, Evan and Brandon. Yeah, right.
Man, that's kind of quick.
Yeah.
$20 down the drain.
It'll be an interesting match. They both play Prospect well, so it'll be fun.
You still going to caddy for me?
Saturday morning, I'll see if I'm available.
They don't really do cartoons anymore, so what else you got to do?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what 3 kids make me do.
All right, Jason, what hole would you like? We've used 7 and 8.
Well, you're expecting me to pick 1, I guess. I got to go with 1.
All right. I mean, I'm not expecting just, knowing the law of averages.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet.
Predicting, not expecting.
Yes, predicting. Exactly.
Okay, good prediction.
I mentioned it last week. I got a message from Ryan Nelson. He said, unsolicited pod topic to consider. Dylan Reese just sent out a Facebook survey to the Empire Open participants. One of the questions would be better from non-participants. He said, we had 37 players in 2023 and 16 in 2024. The main goal for 2025 will be to attract more players and have a field of 32. One of the issues in a single division event is drawing in lower rated players. If you have any ideas or strategies to attract more players, please share them here. Considering any and all options, no bad ideas.
He sent out a form to the players too, like a Google form. I did fill that out a few weeks ago with like some feedback. So I did participate each year. So I'm not the demographic that he's looking for per se. But one idea I had that I put in there was, I think the price point is probably kind of a sticking matter for people that aren't playing. It's $100 entry fee. So an idea I had was you could have like smaller like feeder match play tournaments, and then the winner of that would move on, and the entry fee could be much less than it could be $10 or $20 or something, and then you just kind of work your way up into the full entry fee, and just to kind of incorporate more people into it.
Like ratings based brackets even?
Yeah, for ones that are lower rated players, they'd have a reduced entry fee, but then the winner of that could get either like a half the prize fund, and then the other half goes towards their buy-in, because they do that with like poker tournaments. Like some of the big poker tournaments are like $1 million buy-ins, and your average guy's not going to do that. So if you want to try to make it in, you go into these like satellite ones that are $100 buy-in, and you kind of work your way into it.
Ryan, he thought 100 is too much for a low-rated player to throw away, knowing there's stiff competition. I think if it's double elimination, it's got to be $100 though, because I'm not paying $100 for one round of disc golf. But if you made it $50, then I could see single elimination.
Yeah, personally, I like the $100. I know it's a lot of money, but it kind of made it worth it. You didn't really have to travel much in the first few rounds. It's supposed to be a statewide thing, so to have enough value in it to get people to like travel, I think you got to have a big purse. And really the only way you can do that is to have a pretty steep entry fee.
What if the initial buy-in was 50, and then if you lose, you can buy back in for the second elimination?
The rebuy.
My big complaint this year was I did not like the double elimination. I thought it was way too many rounds. They ended up playing the final match really late. I was fine. Like when I lost my first round, I was fine. Just, that's it. I'm out. Good luck to everybody else. And then to go and have to play a couple more only to get out again, I feel like it's better to just keep it single elimination. But buying back in, that's a little different, because then you're like introducing more money into the pool. I have to give that some thought. I probably wouldn't buy in myself, but I like the idea of like bumping up the pot that way too.
It might not incentivize you to buy in the first round, but maybe in the second or third round, you might be more likely to.
Yeah, I like it. My only concern is that it would drag out the timeline because I think that's what the biggest issue this year was, that it just took so long to schedule all those matches.
What about each match being best 2 out of 3 also? Is that practical, first of all? If me and you were going to play, we'd probably pick someplace in between. And then I drive out there and you beat me in 10 holes. I just drove probably an hour. I've just paid $100, or even if it's 50, to just play 10 holes of disc golf. Even if we played all 18 holes 3 times, it's not impractical. I mean, it's not like they're doing it at the height of winter.
Right. I like the idea of 2 out of 3 because sometimes you just have like an off day too, and then you're out pretty early.
Even if me and you play, you win the first one, I win the second one, and we're like, hey, you know what? We played 18 holes both times or whatever, let's just maybe do it next week or something like that. Ideally, you would finish in one day. But if there's some kind of time range where we got a week to do it.
Yeah, the Empire Open needs to continue for years and kind of gain some like notoriety and prestige. And then once it's established, I think it'll draw more of like the top state pros. But right now it's kind of new, and there's so many other different top tier tournaments in the summer that it's competing with a lot right now.
That's true. You want to get higher rated players, but you also want to get some lower. So you want to get really just as many people as possible. You got any thoughts, Corey?
No, that was going to be my answer as far as to get more people is the cost to entry is too high. It's kind of a barrier, but I don't know if it was you, Pat, that said it. Like the $100 for the single elimination seemed too high, but if you're doing double elimination, then the $100 doesn't sound that bad at all. I haven't done it yet. I don't know what it would take to get me to do it other than
Utica Club.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was close to signing up both times. But this was the second year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most recent one, yep.
Yeah. I was close to signing up both times and then just didn't. So I will probably do it this year or the next time.
Jason, when did it start? And the last 2 years, was it around the same time?
I think it's like tied into the March Madness thing, but I might be making that up. I don't know.
What did you think of the idea of the buy back in? $50 initially, but then if you want to get back in, if you lose, then it's another 50. What about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I could see like someone being pissed at like, oh, this fucking guy lost, and he just like paid to get back in and had a hot round, had his round of his life, and then I don't know. But I also don't really like play poker, so I don't really know how. I haven't really had much experience in the whole buyback process in any regard.
Well, buying back also can have unintended consequences. Like somebody buys back in round 1 and nobody else does, they essentially get bumped up to round 2. So it's not a perfect system. This is just throwing out ideas.
Yeah, I also wonder how much Dylan wants it to be hard to manage, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. Like, I don't know how simple he's trying to keep the whole thing.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Alex?
A while back when we were talking about Stony Hill, we were talking a little bit about, what direction we wanted to take the tournament and like what the target audience is. And, if this is in their questionnaire as like, how do we get lower rated people to buy into this, then maybe they are looking to take it in that direction. But I had always kind of seen it as, this is a premier event targeted at higher rated people with higher payouts. We're trying to attract that type of person who really thinks that they can take the whole thing down. So I almost wonder if this isn't what they should be trying to do is, reach down the board, try and find these people who are, the 925s, the 950s, in that general range, or if they should be, trying to look at the 975s and 980s to try and fill out the tournament. But I think the best thing I've heard so far is, like a play-in pool type of thing where, you can win a buy-in to the tournament. Because, that $100 price tag is tough. But if you're looking to make it, that high level, high purse, high prize pool, then you kind of got to need to have that high entry fee. So, yeah, I think that's how I would do it, is if I was trying to get the lower rated people, it would be, do a play-in pool, do, alternate ways to get into the tournament that aren't pay in directly. But I would also be questioning if that is the direction to go.
Any thoughts, Evan?
My sense of it, kind of what Alex has said, is that it was geared definitely towards players above my current, skill and competition level. So something that sounded cool. And then when Brandon did come up with his idea, to do a winter tournament, kind of smaller scale with an eye towards a bigger one later, geared more towards like, I guess the MA2 kind of level player. I was like, oh, cool, because I wanted to participate in something like that. Like Alex said, how far down, lower rated players, like how much lower, I guess I would wonder what they have in mind. For $100, that would be too much for me. If it was less, I always love playing more golf. And even if I don't have a great chance to win the whole thing, it would be fun to participate. But as it is currently, it to me seemed like an MPO type higher level competition. So that's kind of what I thought.
Tim, any thoughts?
I completely agree with everything Evan just said. That's how I interpreted it, is why I never considered it. I just figured it was above my play level, so I never even thought about it. I don't want to give $100 just to watch Chad Larson smoke me in 10 holes.
But what if, Tim, you gave 25 to play in a bracket of 4, and the winner of that bracket of 4 gets to get in?
Who were the other 3?
Evan, Corey, and Alex.
Oh, I guess I beat Corey once, so...
Yeah, that sounds like a deal you should take if you really want.
And it's match play.
That's the only reason I invited you to the tag match, because if I was going to have a shot at the one tag, that's the only one I was going to have a shot at. Yeah, I guess that would probably be more intriguing. For 25, and not only that, I think in that last flex that's not a flex at Jay Park, one of the reasons I played up to MA1 is I've never played with Alex, I never played with some of those people, so I thought it'd be fun to see how they play and how I even stack up. So yeah, I would probably do something like that for $25 to play with people, even if they're above my level, but still like a mixed group. I'd probably do that for sure.
25 is an easy yes for me also. That would be fun. And then you get into the main event. You paid $25. You might get, beaten badly in the first round, but that would be fun for me. I would do that.
That's the thing, Jason. Would everybody do the play-in, or like if you're over 950, you don't have to do a play-in kind of thing? You know what I mean? I guess that's another thing to think about.
Or if you're above a certain level, you're not eligible for a play-in spot.
That's a good point too, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that if you're over a certain rating, then you would just have to pay the 100 full entry fee.
You're essentially throwing in $25 for a chance to maybe play a really high-rated player. I'm just hypothetically, and I figured a bracket of 4, $25 each, that puts the $100 in the pot. And then that's 2 matches. If you win, you're probably going to lose once you get in, but that's potentially 3 matches for $25.
Yeah, and you got a chance to be the Cinderella story.
Exactly. And if you lose it, okay, I played 1 round, lost $25. And chances are I'm going to play most of the round because I'm not playing a super high rated player in round 1 and just getting my butt handed to me. I might have a chance at, throw in match play, and that's all.
Yeah, I think it depends on, like Alex said, how far down are they trying to go and who are they trying to attract?
Well, I think right now it's all about making it happen every year. It sounds like is the main goal.
The more we sort of talk about those play-in things, like I like that idea a lot, and you can do those as like a one-day thing where you get 4 people on the same card in the same spot. Winners play the winners.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. So that really feels like it's a pretty cool idea.
The more I sat here and thought about it, for $25 to play with people that are probably a higher or equal, that definitely sounds like a good time.
Now we solved all the problems of the world. Look at us.
And you could play for tags.
Oh, well, we'd have to check each region's bag tag rules.
Oh, yeah, true. You might be mixing tags.
Wait,
yeah.
Ev, isn't that a tournament, though?
See, I'm so confused by that.
That's a tournament. So according to your rules that you wrote up, I don't think you can.
But the tournament is match play. I don't know.
Oh, fair point. Fair point. Everybody's playing match play.
And I would almost say those play-ins, they're just one. It's one and done. Ideally, if you can get all 4 at the same location, like Alex is saying. But then that gets into what Corey was saying as far as, how much Dylan wants to get into the logistics and have more headaches. But then once you're in, once it's like the $100 and you're playing for the real thing, then maybe you're best of 3 or something. These are just ideas. I don't even know if Dylan listens, so I don't know if it matters.
You split the $100 with another player, and then you get to play as a doubles team against Dylan.
Corey, what would you want to be? Would you want to be in the play-in, or would you want to be in the main?
I would be in the main. Yeah, I'd go to the main event.
So we think 950 is the cutoff?
I think anyone kind of under that level is going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that they can't win it all or at least cash, but like I said, like with the whole theme of the event to be like the top guys playing for a good amount of money across the whole state.
All right. Any other thoughts? Anybody? Nobody?
Nope.
So Evan picked a hole, Alex picked a hole, and Jason picked a hole. Corey, what do you got? 1 is out, and so are 7 and 8.
Let's go lucky number 6.
6. Oh, well, what would you like to talk about? Anything happened last week that's of interest?
We don't have to harp on it too long, but some of the disc captains got together for breakfast down in Ravenna, and then we played around at J South, mostly for tags. Yeah, so my tag match counter went up 1.
What's it, like the 3 now?
Actually, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking because you did Kisco and then this.
Yeah, see, the problem with my numbers this year is going to be Brian Bickersmith not buying a numbered tag. So,
Oh, did he buy a 999?
yeah, so I'm going to be probably cut in half.
Why did he not want to participate? And I'm not, when I say participate, I don't mean he's still participating by buying a tag. He's helping the club. But did he give a reason why he didn't want a numbered tag?
Something about like some newfound love and against the hatred to trees, I think. I just think he's not behind the cutting of trees and the shellacking of trees and the routering of trees and their branches.
Okay.
No,
I know what
yeah.
it is.
I don't know I don't know what his reason is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
But there is a non-zero chance that he became an extreme tree hugger and no longer condones they do to the branches. So,
Well, what's that have to do with tags?
They come from a tree.
The physical tag itself they're talking about.
Oh, see, I'm very slow.
It took me until like just then to figure it out myself. So.
Yeah, you gotta hang on for the ride, man.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Corey, you don't even want to mention what tag you got?
I got the 1 tag.
Who'd you take it from?
Jamin. I think they put something in his coffee.
And that's why he's sick tonight. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Anything else on that?
No, I'm looking forward to our upcoming actual matches at J Park Team Challenge
When's that?
this Saturday.
Oh, really? Who are you playing?
Ooh, wrong question. I will tell you though that we just did get like 4 to 6 inches now. So
That was actually a future topic. I was just wondering how much you guys got up there because I told my wife it's a foot and she believes me, but we got about 4 inches.
I measured it last night and it was like 6, but I think after it compressed overnight, it was probably more in the 4 to 5 range. I wanted to go down there today and like shovel the tee pads, but the day before the storm, I'm like, oh man, if we're going to get a foot of snow, I need to like stack more wood that's sitting out in the driveway. So I spent like 2 hours working as fast as I could to stack as much wood as possible. So by the time Sunday came around, I was spent. I was not going to J Park to shovel 36 tee pads, or at least 28 or whatever the number is between south and east.
Well, if you don't know, I don't. I sure as hell don't know. So
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
all right, Jason, what would you like to talk about? Anything?
So I don't have anything.
Oh, no. Well, that's cool. If you don't have anything, do you have any sweatshirts left? And have you checked the sizes since last week when I asked, other than XL?
I haven't touched them because I've been battling this virus. So
And you don't want to transport the virus to
Yeah.
our community?
So yeah, if anybody orders them, it may be a few days before we do anything with them. But I haven't checked the sizes. I know we still have extra large and some other sizes, but you can check on whatever the website is, discapny.org.
Low inventory left.
Yeah, go to shop.
Okay, so I see L, XL, and 3XL are the 3 that look like there might be available left. Because the other ones are grayed out, like small, medium, and 2X look grayed out.
Yeah, because when I click on them, it says out of stock. So
Okay.
large, XL, and 3XL.
All right, I might get me a 3XL because that one I won't worry about getting dirty. Me and Corey can wear that bad boy.
Although 3XL, that would be like a single-digit disc golf attire, so you can put it on over your other 4 layers.
Like this time of year, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's good to know. Before you go, Jason, you want to play that game we were talking about earlier?
What was the game?
Well, I hadn't said it. Tim, pick a hole, but make sure you pick hole 3.
I'll go with hole 3.
All right. So I was saying this before you got here, I felt like we needed a certain number of people, and ideally Randy would be here, but I know by the time Randy gets here, Jason's going to have to go. So we're going to have 5 people either way. I suck at professional disc golf stuff, but I thought as kind of a fun game / topic, we were going to play the PDGA sponsor game. So I'm going to name a player and you tell me who their sponsor is currently.
Oh, this is the one that Corey won last year, but didn't win because it was wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
This year, I used the Ulti-World Disc Golf Active Contracts Tracker. Please do not look that up because that would be unfair.
Not sponsored by Ultiworld.
Yes, we are not sponsored, or we're also not sponsored by Skip Ace, but we talk about them a lot too. Jason, is that something you're interested in?
I'll give it a go.
Okay. So what I did was I came up with 12, thinking that if we had 6, everybody would get 2, but we've got 5, so I'm going to cut off 2. A few of them were from last year. I thought as a way to like get us into it and to have an even number, I had to use a couple from last year.
You mean like the end of last year?
Like Gannon Burr, who's his sponsor, Corey, for no points.
Discmania?
Yeah. But that was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about Alden Harris?
Also Discmania?
Yep.
Okay.
You're on a roll.
Yeah. Those don't count as points.
We'll mark it in the unofficial column, though.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay.
But nobody else got a chance. That's why. Otherwise, that's pretty good. I'm going just based on the order here. So we got Alex, Corey, Jason, and I think last I checked, it's 7-7 the game. Ohio State got very lucky.
Yes, 7-7 right now.
Pat, I will say I dislike Ohio State more than I dislike Notre Dame. So
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Second quarter, and it's not a blowout, so I'm happy so far. Yeah. So the first couple are from last year, but I think they're a little tougher. Again, so everybody gets 2. I have 8 from this year. Alex, and I know you've mentioned this person before, so this first one should be easy for you. Vaino Makala. Who's their sponsor?
Oh, no. I feel like I should know this, but I don't off the top of my head. So we're going to try and figure it out by just talking, and eventually a sponsor will come to mind.
3-year deal signed last year.
Signed last year. So I don't think it's Innova. It could be Prodigy. It could be... Do we get rebuttals on these? Do we get the next person in line get these?
Corey is due for a steal on this one, yes.
Okay.
Corey squared because he got 2 before. We're calling him Corey squared.
So it could be Prodigy, could be Latitude 64. I think those are the 2 that are sticking in my head. I'm going to go with Prodigy.
Corey, squared?
Dang it.
I was going to go that 264.
Jason, Vaino Makala.
Discraft?
Evan. Okay, this is harder than I thought. Okay, good.
Vino's a tough name to start with, I think.
Well, like I said, yeah, I wanted to make him tougher, but
yep.
Just 'cause
Tim's ready.
Funny. I'm gonna say Innova.
Oh, damn.
Good call.
Dang,
Is
it
it?
actually
3-year
was.
contract with Innova.
I had no idea. I only said it because Alex said it wasn't, and I thought it'd be funny if it was.
When he said that, I started laughing. Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
No, that's fine. That's understandable.
He left Prodigy, I think, to go to Innova.
Is that what it was? Okay, I believe it. I think this probably would have been easier, like October or the end of the season last year.
Yep, for sure.
That's fair. But Corey squared. This is a tough one, I think. I didn't know Vaino Makala was going to be tough. But this is the last one from last year. I'm probably going to mispronounce the name, so I'll spell the first name after I say the full name. Link Lorentzen. Lykke.
Lucky.
Lucky, yeah.
Where
And then here comes Randy messing up our numbers.
That's where you get.
Well, we haven't gotten through one round yet, so we can add him to the bottom.
Oh, started early.
No,
What
you're
up,
fine.
Randy?
We're just picking on you.
Okay,
We're playing a game, Randy. You'll figure it out by the time we get down to you.
perfect.
Shit. I've been off on my Lucky content ever since that cringe breakup video between
How
her
bad
and
was that, Corey?
That was so bad. I struggled. I couldn't even get through it.
That was terrible.
I'm gonna guess Latitude 64.
Jason,
Damn it.
you say Lucky Lorentzen?
Yeah. Colloquially, no. Otherwise known
Discraft.
as.
You say Discraft, Jason?
Yeah, Discraft.
What do you got, Evan?
Lone Star.
Tim,
I believe she has 2. I think she has Thought Space Athletics and Infinite Disc.
which one was signed last year?
I'll go with Thought Space Athletics.
You are correct. All right. We're into this year, except for Randy, who's going to get at least 1 or 2 of the ones that Corey had. So, Jason, Deanne Carey, Deann Carey. I was actually going to send these to Brian to put them in order of difficulty, but I forgot to.
I'll say Innova.
Evan, who you got?
Discraft.
Tim.
It's this year.
1-year deal this year.
Carrie. I'm going to go with Thought Space Athletics again because I think she left Lone Star.
Randy, do you know who Deanne Carey signed with this year?
Prodigy.
Final answer?
Yes.
You are correct.
Yes.
Damn.
Nice.
1-year deal.
The way you just did that, yes. All I could picture was Napoleon Dynamite.
Kip.
All right. Evan, AJ Carey. AJ Carey.
I don't know. Mint discs.
Tim,
I think he's also Prodigy.
you think or you
I'm going to go with that's my final answer.
You are correct. 1-year deal, also with Prodigy. So, Tim, you ready?
Yep.
Jamin's favorite, Isaac Robinson.
Oh, that's too easy, Pat. Latitude 64.
All right. Randy, you get one from last year because you weren't here. Alden Harris. Who's Alden Harris signed through 2025?
Discmania.
You are correct. All right. So, through 1 round, I got Tim at 3, Randy at 2, and Evan at 1. Randy wasn't even here at the beginning of the round, and he's
Yeah,
second place.
crushing me.
I feel good.
All right, back to the top. Alex,
Hmm.
I'm going to say you're welcome before I even ask it. Jeremy Colling,
Hey, nice. He is sponsored by MVP.
how many years?
4 years.
Yes, through 2028.
Yeah, and he just got his first signature disc, which is a Proton Tempo with some fancy ass glowy particles, and I'm really excited for it.
All right. Corey Squared, Kale LaVisca signed a 1-year deal this year with whom?
Discraft.
You are correct.
Icon team.
Jason, you get Jamin's other favorite, Ezra Robinson. Who did he sign with? 2-year deal.
Discraft?
Is that a question or an answer?
Both?
You are correct. All right. Evan, Parker Welk. Parker Welk. Who did Parker Welk sign a 1-year deal with this year?
Discraft.
Tim, who did Parker Welk sign a 1-year deal with this year?
Prodigy.
Randy, to tie for the lead, who did Parker Welk sign a 1-year deal with this year?
Oh, I just watched him play Memorial, and I have no idea.
Well, if it's from last year, he probably had old equipment on anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna go Discmania.
Alex,
Parker Welk. Did someone say Innova already?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either, because I thought that's where he went.
That's your answer?
Yeah, I'm going with Innova.
Corey.
Dang it.
Oh, Corey's muted or he's not there.
I'm here.
Did he?
Oh, he just got back.
Okay.
Repeat the question. Is it my turn?
Parker Welk. Who did Parker Welk sign a 1-year deal with? Who did it start with? Like Evan?
It started with Evan.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Damn. I literally just watched the Terry Miller memorial coverage that Parker Welk was on and commentating on it too.
Yeah,
with Randy?
Oh, did you just talk about that?
yeah.
Damn.
I didn't get it right either, obviously. So
Oh, this is a steal?
yeah,
Okay, I feel less.
Like I said, it started with Evan. Tim got it wrong. Randy got it wrong. Alex got it wrong. And it's on you.
Oof, damn, I really wish I was here to hear all their answers. Because I'm definitely about to say one that was already said. That's fine, though. That's my fault.
I'll give you one that was already said that I'll tell you that you'll get a second guess.
Okay. I'm going to go Stokely Discs.
Nobody said that. But Jason, can we get a clean sweep? Parker Welk, 1-year contract, 2025 with
Did anybody say Latitude?
don't think so.
I'll say Latitude.
Dynamic Discs.
Oh, damn it.
I'd have been
I didn't know they were
So
signing
close
anybody
to that
anymore.
one, because he can throw latitude discs, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, that was Evan. Tim, you get Emily Weatherman, signed a
Innova.
1-year deal. What's that?
Innova.
And Randy, again, we got to go to last year. Who did I ask you before? Alden Harris?
You did
Who did Gannon sign with?
Discmania.
All right. Tim is our winner with 4. Randy in second with 3. Everybody else had 1.
Nice.
So-
Hey, I got on the board.
I've definitely seen all the sponsorship announcements, but
Yeah.
I definitely didn't retain
Yep.
any of that information.
Does anybody know when the first Jomez of the year is?
Isn't that going to be, what is it, the Supreme Flight now instead of chess.com? I think that would be the first one. Is I think they opened same at that Olympus, that Paul Macbeth course, except for it's Supreme Flight, because Ledgestone bought Supreme Flight now, so they're bringing it back.
And when is that?
It's February 28th.
There we go.
So far away.
Mhm.
What was that? Hole 3?
Yes.
We technically didn't finish. What would you like to talk about? So, Alex, what would you like to talk about?
I don't have a ton. I have not been doing a lot of disc golf related things lately. We're getting prepped for Team Challenge this coming weekend. We got the Diamonds, Maple Hill Diamonds, coming to us for the battle of the 3 and O's. So that should be a pretty exciting match. Really looking forward to it.
Randy's also, you guys are both in that match, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. They've got some really strong players out there. Justin Chu, who's like 990 something, and a couple other really strong players. So it should be a good match. Yeah, just really looking forward to playing some good competition.
Nice.
Might have to ribbon some discs. That's all I'm thinking about for that.
Yeah, hopefully not too many. Definitely a possibility.
Are we thinking new snow or just with existing snow and it's not going to warm up?
Existing snow and it's not going to warm up.
Mhm.
Okay. That would be something that another team would say, hey, you guys
Yeah.
might want to think about ribboning. The snow is still pretty soft, that kind of stuff. Drifty.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to head out on Wednesday night, or at the very least ask the people who are playing Glow what they're feeling like, because yeah, that's definitely something to inform a team of before they travel 2 hours or however far they're going.
Do you play the Glow?
I have not been playing Glow. I know a good chunk of Stony Killers have been playing Glow, but it's cold.
I had a chance to play Glow with some Stony Killers recently.
Yeah.
Kevin Gordon was running it.
Yeah.
I got to play with Andrew Dorrell.
Nice.
Really nice guy.
Nice pronunciation as well.
Yeah, I really wanted to get that in. As soon as Alex mentioned Stony Kill Glow, I jumped off the mute. Yeah, Andrew Dorrell was fun to play with. There was also a woman named Kendi and a guy named Steve. We had a good time out there in the dark.
Yeah, those are classic staples of Wednesday dubs in the summer. So good to see they're still heading out there.
Oh, and Rob Gertzman was there too. He's on your Chatham team, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I let him borrow a Glow Envy and then he used it to beat us all.
Yeah, that sounds like something he'd do.
And then you're going the next day on Sunday to the expo?
Correct. Yep.
Jason, I mean, obviously you're sick right now, so that can affect things, but is there a thought of going to the expo?
No, I'm not planning on going.
Randy, what would you like to talk about? Anything in particular?
I don't really have anything. I'll just say I've been playing Greenville more. It's been exciting to play a new local course.
How far away is that for you?
It's like just under 40 for me, so local enough.
How many courses would you say fit that criterion under 40 minutes?
There's a lot. Being right outside of Albany, just guessing, probably have 6 or 7 with it,
wow.
like, you know, in that like 45-ish minute range. So there's a lot to choose from.
Mhm.
But I think Greenville's been scratching a new itch for me, having those wide open holes, you know, something you don't really get out of the other courses.
Nice. How was putting league tonight?
It was good. We had a little bit lower turnout. I think the holiday weekend, people probably traveled or something, or didn't want to go outside after a snowy weekend. But a low turnout is still more than we had a lot last year. So it's still good. And I made it really hard. And Kat was tied for the top score, which was really cool.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, we did a basket with no chains, and it's actually so satisfying to drain, like just hit the pole low and drop in on a basket with no chains. So if anybody's putting in their basement this winter, definitely do some putting with no chains. It's very cool.
I don't think I've used chains my entire disc golf career yet. So yeah, that's just me.
I found that one to be very difficult.
But did you ring any up though, like real nice?
No, very difficult, I said.
Oh. You got to do one. You got to at least get one. And then it's like, oh.
Tim, you made a couple of those. One,
No,
did
I only
you?
got one. Brian got a bunch, but I only got one. And when you said it was I don't know if it was satisfying. It was just a giant relief that I didn't go 0 the whole night.
Yeah. When we set it up, me and Adam both went like 3 for 4. And we were like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then on the night, I think I went 2 for 6. So it is hard, but it's fun.
It was a little far, too, for no chains, I thought. That's just me.
Yeah.
You had the board for rebounds. I think that's probably why I did this.
Yeah, that's true. There was a backboard.
There was a backboard, which didn't work at all, but that's all right.
No, you had to really miss your putt
Yeah.
on the backboard to have it come back in. You had to go like way too high, I think.
Ev knows all about missing putts and still making them.
Mm.
On hole 3 that you had set up tonight, I think
Yeah.
back to back, he hit the pallet and it still went in.
Bank
Nice.
shot, baby.
Yep.
You can't do those on purpose.
Nope.
Well, you can, but it's easier not to.
We had fun tonight because Brian and Tim and I each had one of our children with us, and the kids have been having a lot of fun doing it. So shout out to Emma Parsley for getting 2 putts 2 weeks in a row.
I'll shout out Maddie, Brian's daughter. I think she had her highest score. I think she's only missed like 3 or 4 weeks so far. I think tonight she had her highest score. So she's been getting a lot better with the putting because of this. And it gets her a lot more into it, which is awesome. And my son decided to come around, and I'll say he had fun, but that was about it.
What do you got, Evan? What would you like to talk about?
No, I really kind of touched on everything I mentioned. You know, again, my daughter coming to Putting League, which has been a lot of fun for us to do together. Always looking for tag matches. That's pretty much, you know, we don't have Team Challenge again until February 8th. So I haven't really been looking at that too strongly yet.
Awesome. You had already mentioned earlier, but can you repeat how many tag matches are you at right now?
So as of yesterday morning, I played my 6th. I looked at the leaderboard, and that is not currently in the lead. So shout out Todd Lawrence, who has 7.
You're still twice as many as Corey, so that's something.
It's a battle.
Tim, what would you like to talk about?
I do want to bring up something amusing that the last time I was on, I'm sure everybody heard my child screaming in the background while I was talking at one point. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I told him that he's a local disc golf famous when I made him listen to it.
Did anybody say anything to you about that?
Oh, at 7:45 in the morning, I got a text message from the other half of Camel Case Corey. That said, I can hear Bryce in the background. And I was like, oh no. And I'm like, what is he doing? And what is he saying? He's like, oh, he's screaming. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So that was something I thought was rather amusing, and I've been thinking about ever since then. So
And you still got invited back on.
I know. I figured I got a few week ban.
My feeling is if it's something you can control, that's on you. If it's something you can't control, what are you going to do?
Well, yeah, other than that, the putting league, it's the first time I brought my son because I usually come right from work. So I'm already in downtown Albany, so I don't usually bring him. But, it's been one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about that putting league is not so much actually doing it, but watching like Emma and Maddie get better and better and them enjoying it, which I think is awesome. That I remember the first time Maddie came with us, that's Brian Monahan's daughter, is she, was timid and didn't want to step up. And now every time she wants to be the first one off the tee, she wants to be the first one to putt. And I think Randy, you and Mark and Adam are doing an awesome thing there. So it's been a lot of fun to watch them get more and more interested in it. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot more kids, including my kids putted tonight too. So there's definitely potential for us doing kids tees, just a little bit closer. Never really thought about it in the past when it was just maybe 1 or 2 kids. But now that we're getting, 5 or 6, I think it might be time to do it.
I'll tell you what, Emma is really proud anytime she hits a putt on a station that I got 0. So she might not want to use the kids' tees.
That's fair too. I mean, none of them are insanely long, but
Yeah.
5 feet is a lot all of a sudden once you get past like 20. So
We have one
We'll
friend
see.
that comes with us that's, he comes more for the social gathering and the food and a drink. And he'll bet the kids that if any of them beat him on a hole, he'll give them $5.
that's
And
great.
I think he's $15 short already this year. So it's a lot of fun. So it's pretty awesome to see.
Anything else?
No, I got nothing.
I think I hit everybody on that. So that's what would you like to talk about? All right. That means Randy, you haven't picked a hole, have you? Or who hasn't? Somebody hasn't picked a hole.
I definitely haven't.
Okay. Well, so Randy, we got hole 2, 4, 5, or 9. Niner.
Let's go hole 5.
Hole 5. Let's see, what is hole 5? That's putting leagues. So we have typically 3 putting leagues. Northway, I never find anything. So I'm mentioning it now, but there's Northway Brewing Putting League. They posted week 3 results, and I mentioned them last time, but I think they're on week 5 this week. So we'll keep it in as a note. But Melvin Throws Putting League, week 2. Doesn't look like anybody from here. Well, I see a Kat Bemis.
Yeah, I think we're going to be taking turns going to that one.
So she played with Mike Z. Is that Mike Zanchelli?
That would be Mike Z, yeah.
All right. Travis Bashore, Joe K, Matt H, and Chad Larson, Sam R, Richter, and Gene Gierke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing
Sounds like
Richter.
Yeah.
Greg Kurtz, Joe Karen, and Jason Gorsage and Robbie H, it looks like, showed up. It says Samuel Jonathan Richter won $35 in the 50-50. They do a 50-50?
Yeah.
Did they do that last week, Corey?
They did. Chad Larson won that too.
What do they do?
Well, you put your money in, and then they draw a ticket, and then you get half of it.
No, but what do you get a ticket, or do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
how is it determined? That's what I was wondering.
$1, 3 for 2, 5 for 10. Or
So it's just a roll of tickets. It's the
Yeah.
normal way you would do a 50. I was
Yeah.
just checking. I didn't know if maybe
I forgot.
it's disc golf, man. I'm just curious.
it's what you'd expect at the American Legion.
Yeah.
That's
They didn't
fair.
have 53 items to raffle off.
Corey, was the kitchen open again?
I did not go this week.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were there.
Yeah, no.
Last week they said they opened the kitchen just for the putting as kind of a test run. So
Yeah, I saw people got. Oh no, yeah, you were there. Yeah, they had burgers and fries and some other stuff, I think.
So we don't know if they did it week 2, if it was economically viable to keep it open. All right. So that's something we'll just keep an eye on in the future. Looks like Greg Kurtz and Joe Karen. I think for the next couple weeks, instead of correspondent Joe Karen, he's going to be broken hand Joe Karen, just to highlight the fact that he's putting with a broken hand. They came in second, got $12. Jason Gorsage and Robbie H are your winners. They got $40. The overall standings, there's a tie for 5th, Evan Parsley and Kyle Hirsch at 14 points. 4th place with 16 points, Corey Cook. There's a tie for 2nd, Robbie H and Chad Larson with 22 points. And your leader with 24 points, the Tower of Power, Jason Gorsage.
I think the best 4 or 6 is what counts.
Okay.
Or best 6 out of 8. How many weeks is this thing? 6 of 8 weeks.
Just as a general thought, did we talk about how long this takes approximately?
I mean, well, it depends how far you make it in the bracket, obviously. But we started playing
Right.
at around 6:30, and I mean, an hour and a half.
I think that first night was just about 2 hours, like
Mm.
staying and watching the whole thing. And that was with was that 16 people or
Yeah, how many
18
people were on this one?
Yeah. I think this one was only like 12, but I didn't count all the names Pat said.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes.
Yes.
Six
yes.
6 teams. 9-pin cider putting league from last week, January 14th. A strong turnout of 72 players on this cold, snowy evening. We even had 4 aces on the tricky marksman basket. So in the free league, we had a tie for third place at 13 points, Joe Bliss and Matt Knopf. Second place, Noodle Arm Brandon Klein, or Brendan Klein, as Evan Parsley calls him. And your winner of a free flight, Nick Alcatraz at Cats. In the paid league, tie for third place with $20 between Jay O'Leary and Broken Hand Joe Karen. Second place, Kevin Nguyen got $30. And your winner, Nick Cardone, walked away with $35. 4 players hit the ace pot: Devin Lamkey, Matt Knopf, Patreon Eric Shruna, and Nick Alcatraz at Cats. Next week is a holiday, but we will still be there. Smashing Chains. See you then. Kristen last year would post about her putting league, but she hasn't been posting, so that's the only putting leagues we got. All right, we got 3 holes left. Who do we start with? Corey? No, I think we start with Evan. Evan, we got 4, 5, or 9er.
Hole 5, Pat.
All right. You know what? I lied because we just did putting leagues. That was 5. So we got 4 or 9er.
Hole 9er, Pat. Are you on a walkie-talkie?
No, I just like saying 9er. I'm sorry, 2, 4, 9. I think I didn't scroll
I'll
up.
stick with 9er.
9. Okay, so 9 is basically a couple things. Corey, you said you guys got about 4 or 5 inches of snow up there.
Yeah, about that.
Anybody get more or less than that?
Sounds about right for my area.
Yeah, about the same, probably.
Yeah, probably a little bit less, like 3 inches.
All right. Am I right in assuming we got 2 New England team challenges this weekend?
Yes.
Disc
That
captains
sounds
and
right.
Stony Killers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've already kind of mentioned that. Anything else going on this weekend? The disc golf thing, right? What's it called?
The Disc Golf Expo.
Disc East. Yeah.
I think with that, if people are going to go, they're already going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. One question, though, while we're talking about events and such, how many more weeks, like actual weeks of matches? I know it's 1 week a month, but New York Team Challenge, is there 1 more week or 2 before finals?
So, like, people play in March as normal scheduled matches, if I remember correctly. But because of how the buys work and everything, no team has more than 6 matches total. So some people will be playing in March, some people won't.
So most months, one team has a bye. In March, it's kind of like there's a couple teams that have a match left, and if there's any extras, kind of thing. Like if anybody has to make up something or that kind of thing.
I think so. I think that's how it ends up working.
Or some kind of tie-breaking playoff.
Yeah, right, exactly. Also, who's Eric Alexander? Did I pronounce that correctly? Eric?
That's Struna's Facebook persona.
Oh, okay.
I think he's one of those middle name guys.
That's weird, but that's cool. So he said, if you hadn't already heard, our savage friend Evan Parsley not only played the most tag rounds last season, but played more tag rounds than anyone ever in a single season. 83 recorded. Was that the final number or was it 81?
It was 83, and then if you look on Disc Golf Scene, it says 86, but there were those 3 tag adjustments, so 83 is correct.
Okay, 83 is the good number. Okay. I feel like that's something that should be celebrated because that is an insane amount of disc golf. So did he make this towel? Does he do this kind of thing?
He did make it for me, yeah, and that is, as the proprietor of Worthy Signs and Apparel, it's right in his wheelhouse. Last year when Kevin broke the previous record, Kevin had 77 last year. I asked Eric, I commissioned a towel for Kevin with Rocky the Flying Squirrel on it, like he had on his favorite disc that was lost at Jay Park long ago. Very similar text last year, so that had been done, but Eric did this on his own for me and surprised me with it, and it was really nice. I am a sucker for a cool towel, and all the cool towels I have right now were made by him, so I really appreciate that. It was very nice.
It says PDG number at the top. It says, is that 94630 or is there a 1 in front of that? It's folded there, so I can't.
Oh, there's a
remember what
1,
it's
yeah.
saying.
I'm a 6-digit guy.
So you just got it like last week.
No, that's back in October of 2021, and I think they just crossed 300,000.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
going to say.
wow. Did it?
Yeah, really recently.
I got in before 200,000, again, back October of 2021, and they just crossed 300, which is crazy.
Well, you said October 21 and you're a 1-4 something?
194.
Oh, 194, I was going to say.
I'm pretty close to Jay Gorsage, but I got in a little before him.
So it says presented in 2024 to Evan Parsley in recognition of achieving the greatest number of recorded disc cap tag matches in a single season, 83. And then is that a picture of a bear? Looks like some forest.
Yeah, it's cool. When he gave it to me, I pulled it out of the bag and unfolded it. I could see that there's trees and like a silhouette of a mountain kind of, and birds flying, and it's really cool. It wasn't until I got home, unfolded it to take a picture, to send to Tim that I realized that it's also the silhouette of a bear, which is kind of cool because I had Eric make me a towel that has a Dan Brooks Wells stamp on it. Dan Brooks Wells is the running bear is his disc golf name. So that was kind of a cool little nod to that, I think.
And that says, much love, Struna. It's signed.
Yes, Eric is my buddy, and I love him very much.
I'm just looking at got a few comments. Tim, you said, player of the year towels. Corey wants bumper stickers, man. I don't know if he wants
I hear
towels.
that. I don't know who has bumper stickers.
You don't?
anymore. No.
You got a lot of real estate on that minivan of yours to be
I
really
was
slapping
gonna
some
say
stickers
that.
on it.
Facts.
I could have a lot of bumper stickers, and I choose not to.
Pat, a few episodes ago, I think you mentioned bumper stickers and would it be worth it to, in a smaller quantity? And
Yeah, if you're talking about player of the year, how many people have been player of the year? I don't think it warrants.
well, I was going to say, if you do want stickers, Eric wanted me to mention that, don't limit yourself or assume that he can't do something. So if you want a small batch of stickers, he can definitely make that happen also. But towels are great. You can hang it on your bag. You can actually use it.
Yeah, I won Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, and all I got was this stinking towel or something like that.
Perfect. Exactly. Mike Schwartz had the ones that had that Italian quote, right? Like those
Yeah.
were cool.
For the volunteer flex
Right.
2 years ago.
All right.
Actually, I think there was a comment on there about how much I love towels from Mike Cohen.
I know Mike from Long Island.
He mentioned to me, he's definitely in the Free Smoke Tour, and we play at Prospect a lot. And he mentioned that he knew you somehow.
Yeah, I used to play with him in Long Island, and then he moved up here. Well, he moved up there, not up here, because otherwise I'd play with him more. But he's up in the boonies.
Yeah, big forehand player. Still looking for his first ace. I just had to throw that in there because it comes up a lot when we play. He's been playing for like 10 years.
So we got 2 holes left. I think we could sneak in 1 hole because this one I don't necessarily want to finish because Jason and Jamin aren't here. I was going to do awards tonight, co-host of the year, rookie of the year, clip of the year, that kind of stuff. But I figure we can actually do 1 award tonight. And then if you guys think of any awards that you might want to add for the future, we can do that. So the award I thought we could do tonight is the Kyle Hirsch Award.
Yes.
Because I have his
Love it.
162 tag, and I thought that we could do the award for the best player with the lowest tag number. First thing I wanted to point out is that last year he got the 162 tag, but this year Kyle did end up with the 4 tag. So
All right, he did a little better this year.
he did improve by 158 tags, but I'm still looking at right now the 162 tag. So a couple notes though. The 162 tag this year is Rob Sampson. Does anybody know him?
Nope.
No.
No, and apparently nobody played with him.
Well, he didn't play any rounds. I have 0 rounds played, but he is the 2024 162 tag holder.
Do they have to have had played a tag, Matt?
That's the trick because I have a couple names here of people who have lower tags than the 162 that didn't play, like Tyler Calzada.
Yeah, that's who I would say. But if you have
has the
tag,
179 tag, and Alex Hellenick is pretty good too. He's got the 178, but combined, they didn't play 1 tag round. I do want to point out though, at the 175 tag with 32 rounds played is Brandon Klein.
Interesting.
Mm.
My how the tables turn.
How the turntables have
Yeah.
turned.
I scrolled to the bottom 100, and I feel like nothing really jumped out at me as clear winners.
The only thing that bothers me is Jack Bradley didn't play 1 tag round. He's got the 156. I have the 157.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Like, it was really easy to call this out as a Kyle Hirsch award last time.
Yeah.
I've even gone a second pass to the leaderboard, and
What about Earl?
where's his ass at?
160.
Danny White surprised me at
Mm.
177. But he had a
Oh.
DNF at that. His last match looks like a DNF or something at Burbine.
No,
so
you're
who
right.
knows?
I don't know how I skipped over that name. It's a 100%
Yeah.
Danny White.
It's Danny White for sure.
Yeah, like I don't know how Kyle got his, but I assume it was something like a DNF. So
Wait, wasn't it because he took a really high score at the July monthly at Greg's and just kept got like a 12 on 1 hole or some shit? Just kept throwing discs
I think that's what it was.
and then
yeah.
never played a tag match after. So he had plenty of time actually. If that was
Was
the
it
case.
not really Burbine? Was it Greg's place?
Yeah, it was Porcupine Springs.
Oh.
Wait, that means he earned it. Like he didn't DNF.
Yeah, oh no, he 100%
That's-
earned it.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, hell yeah.
But sometimes you get things you didn't deserve, and in that case, I think it's the number 177 tag for Danny White.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put myself up for honorable mention at 83 matches, and I couldn't break the top 100.
Quality over quantity, Evan. You'll learn.
I think you're right. It's either Brandon Klein or it's Danny White, depending on how you want to play that.
We've got an odd number of folks here. Well, even if you can count me, I'll be the tiebreaker. Alex, who do you vote for the inaugural Kyle Hirsch Tag Award. If you got a better name for it too, that works.
No, I think I got to go with Danny White on this one.
Corey,
Danny White.
Evan,
Danny White.
Tim,
Danny White.
Randy.
I'll go Corey Cook.
Oh,
Got him.
Hey, where did I even finish?
Outside the top 20.
Damn, not even on the front page. Oh yeah, 21.
21.
and I will vote for Brandon Klein. But it looks like Danny White is our winner this year. All right. My only caveat was he didn't get hurt in that last round. You said he DNF?
I don't know the details. Let me click back on his strat. It was October 19th. He went from number 8 to 177, and his score is 999. So I don't know what happened.
Was that Burbine?
It says Burbine 36 holes.
Yeah, I think he did tweak something.
Was that a tournament? Is that the?
Yeah, it was the Burbine tournament.
That's the blue.
What do
So
we
it's a
think?
bummer.
Man, we're just a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, man, tags are ruthless. All right.
All right. All right. So we won't mention it to him, but he is our Kyle Hirsch Award winner for this year, Danny White.
sounds like a towel.
Clean up your game. Wasn't that the NIFA guy?
Eric from
Which is
NIFA.
funny because Danny White is also like a big NIFA guy.
Oh, so there you go. It's
Mm.
perfect.
I'm gonna have to message Eric to send Danny a towel.
All right. Not that you thought of any, but any other awards that you guys can think of for next time?
I have to sleep on that one.
Yeah. If you think about any, feel free to, shoot a text or we can even talk about them next week. Another thing, clip of the year. Tim had mentioned Shepherd. Does anybody have anything else that might be included as clip of the year?
Not off the top of my head.
No, but
Damn, that's
I think more for like if I get a message, like I'm going to include this and just like if somebody messages and says, "Hey, I like this part."
Was Singapore part of last year, or was that the end of 2020?
What's Singapore?
Not Singapore. Or is the VPN that they are getting?
Oh, that was definitely this year.
Okay.
Where is that?
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Yeah.
Yes, Slovakia.
That was a good one, I
I
thought.
like Slovakia. All right.
My personal clip was during the comic book round when Randy yelled out, "Are we in it right now?" It's like it's just very, very funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are good for a quiz?
Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. We just need 1 minute. I'm going to try to keep track this year. I tried to keep track last year and it did not work well. It looks like Alex is the overall winner and maybe Randy and then Corey, top 3.
Nice.
I started in March.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to determine who the rookie of the year is.
Mm.
And I'll probably mention it next time when we do it. My favorite thing that you did last year, I think the first episode you were on, or maybe the second, you did a post and you were like, "Hey, I was on a podcast." And I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, if you want, listen. If not, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's my mantra. You know what I mean? Like that was perfect.
I'll say have a good day to somebody, and then I'll be like, or don't. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Like,
You never say take it easy or hard.
ooh,
Maybe not at work, but
I'm gonna save that. Yeah, not for work.
27-7. Damn it! I kind of blinked and
Yeah.
stopped paying attention. I don't think they're gonna win, but there's time to make it close. We got 5. So what are the teams? How do we want to figure that?
So probably a 2 and 3.
Wolf is totally in play for anybody who wants to be crazy, but I agree. Probably 2 and 3.
Evan and Tim versus me, Alex, and Randy.
What do you think?
A good old fashioned hazing.
Oh, what if it's like 2 Marvel categories?
Tim and I had to play against each other yesterday, so I think it'd be good to kind of rebuild the bond.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I have some things in the works for the future, but I didn't want to do too much comic-y book stuff because Corey would stop coming on if I did that. So.
I don't know if that is the only thing that kind of gets me quiet in these rounds. I know a couple of them sometimes if I get lucky with the luck of the draw, surprise you a little bit.
So Evan and Tim, do you guys have a team name when you play together or no? Like in dubs?
No.
No,
Ev,
I
can
don't
you
even.
think of one real quick?
All right. Well, if you do, but Evan and Tim, you guys get to go first, and then Alex, Corey, and Randy. Have you guys ever been a threesome before?
I don't know if we have.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Have you ever been on a team before? Like disc golf? Like I know obviously Alex and Randy are on Stony Killers, but you guys have never been on any kind of...
Nope.
I don't think so, yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, you guys know the rules of disc or no disc. I'll ask you a trivia question. If you get it right, you get a point. You also get an opportunity to tell me whether or not, for an extra point, it is a disc or not a disc. I've got 3 categories. The first 2 to get picked, the third one will go away for next time. So Would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3, Evan and Tim?
Evan, I want you to pick so that if it's not a Marvel category, you can't get mad at me.
Number 1, Pat.
All right, question 1, category 1. Relinquishing power to Emperor Meiji in 1867, Tokugawa Yoshinobu was the last ruler of Japan to bear what title? Relinquishing. Wow, this is the first question. Crazy difficult. Relinquishing power to Emperor Meiji in 1867, Tokugawa Yoshinobu was the last ruler of Japan to bear what title?
Gave the title to the emperor, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I have a guess.
Okay.
But he's not going to tell anybody.
I was going to say, do you want to have great podcasting and text it to me?
Well, I don't want to give it away because
Okay. All right. One
it's
second.
3 against 2 here.
I have a pretty good idea of.
And it's
I have a
question
pretty
1,
good
so
guess,
I feel like it
so-
should be.
Yeah, I know what it is.
All right. Your guess is good.
All right, I think it might be Shogun.
You go with that, Tim?
Yep, I'm good with it.
Is the Shogun a disc?
It's a Discmania disc.
What year, Fancy Pants?
I think it's one of their, when Innova and them separated and they went off and made their other brand there.
Scandalous.
2019?
You agree with that, Evan?
Absolutely.
February 22nd, 2021.
Oh, wow. Way off.
We still got a point, right?
Yes, you got 2 points total. Alex, Corey, and Randy, category 1, 2, or 3.
Somebody else pick.
Number 3, Pat.
Sounds good.
All right. Question 1, category 3. What classic car produced by Chevrolet from the 1950s to the 1970s shares its name with a prestigious neighborhood in Los Angeles? What classic car produced by Chevrolet from the 1950s to the 70s shares its name with a prestigious neighborhood in Los Angeles?
I think I know this one. Anybody else got thoughts?
Is there a Fresh Prince of this place?
That was my guess. Yes.
Oh, nice. So you're saying it's not Chevelle. Oh, yeah, Bel Air.
Bel Air. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree?
Mm.
Yep.
Is the Bel Air a disc?
One of Climo's new discs.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I thought they were all protos.
They're all stamped proto, but
I'm 99% sure.
I know nothing.
I know the Bel Air is a disc.
Perfect.
I was pretty sure it was Climo.
You guys all agree?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Climo Disc Golf, January 20th, 2025.
I was with Randy. I thought they were all protos.
I got excited. I forgot we were competing and I wanted to share, but they're all stamped prototype, but they have different names. And I won't say what the other ones are, but that's one of them.
And as of today, they're official.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we're tied. Evan and Tim, category 1 or 3. Category 2 will be saved for a later date.
Your turn, Tim.
Oh, boy. Let's stick with 1.
You good?
Yep.
All
1.
right. Question 2, category 1. What sci-fi TV series that ran from 2008 to 2013 was created by J.J. Abrams, follows a special FBI division investigating unexplained phenomenon, was known for its mysterious and supernatural plotline? What sci-fi TV series that ran from 2008 to 2013 was created by J.J. Abrams, follows a special FBI division investigating unexplained phenomenon, and was known for its mysterious and supernatural plotline?
I was hoping you would know it.
This is like J.J. Abrams. I feel like I should know this. FBI, J.J. Abrams.
While he was reading it, I was like, oh, there's a show called Supernatural, but then that was in the question.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an FBI thing. 2013.
Sorry, I got nothing.
I got nothing either.
Supernatural.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you got, Alex, Corey, and Randy?
Randy?
Oh, shoot.
Randy.
Okay, so I did watch this show, and the name is completely escaping me.
Can you describe it
Did
more?
it have Dak Shepard in it?
Dak Prescott?
Neither. Can I describe it? Okay, you ready? I hope this isn't the wrong show. All right, so it was a female lead. She was blonde. There was an older guy scientist who also was the king in Lord of the Rings who ate tomatoes all weird.
Oh, Denethor.
Yep.
What is his name?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that guy was in it. It was a good show, but golly, I can't remember.
Evan, why can't you be like Randy? He got it for me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know it now?
I know it now. Now that he did that, I know what it is.
I do not know it still.
Is the category pointing you toward anything?
No.
Okay.
I thought you were asking Tim.
Yeah.
I thought so
Just
too.
baiting
I was
Tim.
I was about to answer. I was like, no.
Chill out, Tim. Chill out.
I can't get the stupid show Blacklist out of my head for no reason.
Oh,
Also, a
I mean,
banger
the
of
only
show,
thing I
but-
can think of is X-Files, which is way off on
yeah,
timeline.
Yeah.
that's what I was.
But they did redo
No.
it, didn't they?
Yeah, but not from those times.
Yeah, I don't know. X Files,
I can't wait to find
Yeah,
out
me
what the
too.
name of this show was.
Oh, can I?
Yeah,
be
I
the
got
answer?
nothing.
Supernatural 2.
You guys got anything?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
What do you got, Tim?
Fringe.
Fringe. Oh, damn it. Yeah.
I know. As soon as Randy started to describe it, I was like, no, I do know this.
I've never heard of it.
And the only thing I would correct, he wasn't the actual king. I think he was a placeholder.
Oh, yeah. You're
Yeah,
so right.
But
yeah.
that was just me being nerdy. So
Yeah, he was the steward of Gondor.
yes, thank you. There you go. He
Mhm.
even Alex even got nerdier.
Fringe disc.
It is a disc?
Oh, yeah.
No, it is not a disc. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Thank you. But that was a steal. So you guys do have your regular question, category 1 or 3.
I vote 3.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what the category 1 is at all.
It's gonna be fucking mid 2000s TV shows.
You're.
Although
I think
I
you're
mean,
right.
Shogun just came
so
out.
far so good.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to. Thanks, Corey.
All right. Question 2, category 3. 3rd century physician Wang Shu pioneered diagnosis based on what? Measuring it at 3 spots on each wrist. 3rd century physician Wang Shu, Shuhe. So my pronunciation is probably totally off. Pioneered diagnosis based on what? Measuring it at 3 spots on each wrist.
Diagnosis.
Yeah, so it's a diagnostic tool. What can you measure on a wrist? You can get like blood pressure or circulation.
I was going to say Pulse as a better disc name than
Ooh.
Pulse is a
blood
much
pressure.
better,
Yeah, Pulse is good.
much better way to say exactly what I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm. That's all I can think
And
of.
different areas. Like, yeah, I feel like that's where, yeah, pulse.
You guys good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Is the pulse a disc?
That's a really good disc name.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe like a Kevin Jones before he switched people.
Yeah, I don't think so, but like
Okay,
that
fine.
doesn't make me because like he had the reverb, he had the. I shouldn't be saying disc
No.
names, but oh well. But yeah, I think Pulse is a good answer. As yes.
Let's go, yeah.
You guys agree?
Mhm.
Discraft, June 29th, 2006.
Oh, oldie.
2 rounds in, it looks like Alex, Corey, and Randy are up 4-2. Evan and Tim, what category? 1 or 3?
Stick with 1 or you want to go to 3?
If one is in fact TV shows, you feel pretty good about that, don't you?
I feel better about that than
Like you should have known the last one.
I should have.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll stick with 1, Pat.
Okay.
All right, question 3, category 1. Coined by chemist J.B. Van Helmont. The word gas comes from what Greek word meaning unformed mass? Coined by chemist J.B. Van Helmont. The word gas comes from what Greek word meaning unformed mass? 31-7. Jeez. Remember when it was 7-0? That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
All I can think is something like ether, but I don't know how that relates to the word gas, and I don't know that it's Greek in any way.
I'm trying to like run through TV shows that would have a Greek name, Greek word name, somehow relate that to gas afterwards. Yeah, I've got nothing. If you've got ether, let's go with that. That's better than anything I was saying, but I don't think that's Greek at all.
I think Corey knew what he was doing with the teams tonight.
Yeah, set us up. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
No guess?
We'll go with ether.
Yeah, ether.
All right, Alex, Corey, and Randy, what do you got? Coined by chemist J.B. Van Helmont. The word gas comes from what Greek word meaning unformed mass?
I don't know.
He used the word matter twice, both in the question and in the explanation.
I don't think, did I use matter at all?
Oh no, you said mass, not matter. Damn it.
So unformed mass, like it could be like a galaxy or like a nebula or something like that.
I was thinking Nebula. It's not a show title that I can think of,
And then you have things called nebulizers.
which unforms gas.
And I don't know how you get gas from either of those.
Nope, that's the real problem. I don't know where the word gas comes out. Nebula is the only word that popped into my head.
Nebula it is.
Sure.
You guys good? Nebula?
hmm
Hmm.
We were looking for chaos.
Wait,
Ah.
what? First of all, like, chaos is a Greek word and it means gas.
Yeah, of course it's a Greek word.
Definitely Greek word.
And there was a show on Netflix, KAOS, with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
That didn't get a second season, the bastard. Just for fun, now that nobody got it, is the chaos a disc? Anybody?
I think so.
Yep.
Sounds like it. It sounds like it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the PD2 is also called the
Oh.
chaos and the power driver. Would that count?
Mhm.
This is a discussion we've had before, but
Is this Discmania called it the Chaos? Like
Yeah.
same as like the Jackal and stuff?
Yeah,
the
they used to
Jackal.
have names for them as well as
Mhm.
like the PD2 and stuff like that. But then people just didn't use them.
Those aren't PDGA approved names, right?
If
Those
they
are just
approved it under
nicknames.
that name, I would include it. But if it's like a nickname,
it says PD2 and in parentheses, chaos, comma, power driver.
Oh,
I'd say yes.
all right.
And it's December 3rd, 2010. That was Evan and Tim in a steal that didn't work. So Alex, Corey, and Randy, category 1 or category 3?
Do we have a read on the second category?
Nope.
Nope.
Do we care?
Nope.
No.
Let's go with category 3 then.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Question 3, category 3. What term can mean to stimulate another to do something creative or simply to inhale? What term can mean to stimulate another to do something creative or simply to inhale?
Oh, is it inspire?
That's what I was thinking, but that was before he said the second half of it.
Because like perspire is like sweat, expire is like breathe out.
Oh.
Yeah. What the fuck? I love
then
it.
it's inspired. Yeah.
I mean,
I
shit.
guess.
You could tell me anything right now after coming up with that.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah.
Is the Inspire a disc? Did I just blow your mind, Corey?
I mean, you could have once.
I have never heard it used in that
Yeah.
way, but just, I guess it makes sense.
Thank you, Merriam and Webster.
Mhm.
Was that a disc?
Inspire is a disc. It's Axiom, I think.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What year, Alex?
Before I started playing, let's go 2016.
Anybody disagree?
Nope.
Axiom Discs, March 22nd, 2014.
14. All right.
All right, we're halfway through, 6-2. Evan and Tim, category 1 or 3. You're still in it.
Stick with one.
All right, question 4, category 1. When what CNN debate series debuted in 1982? Pat Buchanan and Tom Braden were its hosts. It was last on the air in 2014. When what CNN debate series debuted in 1982? Pat Buchanan and Tom Braden were its hosts. It was last on the air in 2014.
You think maybe it's Crossfire?
Better than anything I'd come up with. Let's go with that.
CNN Crossfire as a thing is somewhere in my mind, so that's the best I got.
Let's roll.
Is the Crossfire a
Very
disc?
cool. It's a game.
Crossfire.
You'll get caught up in the... Sorry. The Crossbow is a disc, so
It sure is.
shout out Nick Silvano.
It's exactly what I thought of.
I'd say flip a coin. No, I'll say yes.
Okay, I was feeling no.
Oh, then flip that coin.
Let's see if I have a coin. Do you have one? I don't have one in front of me. All right, you said yes first, so let's just do that.
I'm saying yes because I want it to be, so.
Okay, there you go. I have a feeling it's no, but if you want it to be yes, then let's go with it.
You go with yes?
Yeah.
Quest Applied Technologies, December 18th, 2006.
Way to talk me out of it.
Alex, Corey, and Randy, what category? 1 or 3?
Should we do what they did and roll with it?
I am not feeling any better about 1. I don't know the category of 3 unless it's like cars,
Yeah, I still haven't figured out 3.
Yeah, I don't think
but
it's
I'm
a
good to keep going with it.
Let's just go with 3.
Yeah.
All right, question 4, category 3. From the Greek meaning to go, Michael Faraday coined what term for an atom with an electrical charge? From the Greek meaning to go, Michael Faraday coined what term for an atom with an electrical charge?
So a charged atom is an ion.
Yep.
Yes,
You guys agree?
we do.
Is the ion a disc?
Pretty sure
It is a disc. It's an MVP disc.
Mm-hmm.
What year, Fancy Pants?
Let's see. So the 10-year ion came out, 2022? Or maybe 23? I'm going to go 2012.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Your point's at stake. No, I'm teasing, but do you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
MVP Disc Sports, September 14th, 2009.
Oh, I'm way off.
Sucker.
Wow.
You got twice as many points, but you didn't get the year right. All right. 2 rounds to go. Evan and Tim, 1 or 3.
Evan, do you feel any better about 3?
No, let's see. I don't care. We can stick with 1.
All right, let's stick with 1 then.
Pat, what's the score?
It is 8-4.
All right, we'll stick with 1.
All right. Question 5, category 1. Amandla Steinberg doubles the fun-playing Osha and May in what Star Wars series set during the High Republic? Amandla Stenberg doubles the fun-playing Osha and May on what Star Wars series set during the High Republic?
I don't know. It's probably one of the new shows, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think here because I should know that.
Yeah, I feel like you should too.
I should know. I see. Oh crap! High Republic. So that is definitely one of the new ones. It's a show.
It's like a new show, but is it like set in the history of the Star Wars universe?
It's set in the High Republic's the past. So new show they have. I don't want to list them.
Is that the same as Knights of the Old Republic?
No,
It's a game, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a game, but
Okay.
yeah, that's no. Okay, wait. Let me think here. The last two. What was the name of the character? Can you repeat the question?
Amandla Stenberg doubles the fun-playing Osha and May on what Star Wars series set during the High Republic?
I think this is the new show I haven't watched yet, The Skeleton Crew. That's the best I can come up with. It's not a very good disc name or anything, but that's the only thing I can think of. I haven't seen it. It's based in the past, but I think it's meant for kids, so that kind of makes me feel like the fun-loving piece comes in. I think it's Skeleton Crew.
Works for me.
What do you got, Alex Corey and Randy? I just watched Skeleton Crew. It's like Goonies.
Nice.
I'm really glad they guessed that because that was one of my guesses. The only one I didn't watch it. Acolyte.
I also have not seen The Acolyte, so
That was my guess.
yeah, I know it's Star Wars. That's all I got for you, though.
What do you think, Corey?
The Mandalorian?
I don't think it was The Mandalorian.
I don't think it was that
Okay,
one.
so Acolyte.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Acolyte a disc?
Yeah, it actually is.
Is it Discmania?
I would have said yes, yeah.
I'm going yes then.
I'm sorry, no.
Ooh, okay.
Thing.
Keeping that string of hope for Evan and Tim. But it is your pick. Alex, Corey, and Randy, what category? 1 or 3? One question left in 1, 2, and 3.
I think is 3 cars. It's just
I
cars.
know an Inspire.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what an Inspire
I know
is
a
either.
Pulsar,
Yeah.
but not like a Pulse. I mean, Ion and Bel Air are. But yeah, I mean, let's go 3.
Yep, let's go 3.
Yeah, I'm good with 3.
All right. Question 5, category 3. There are more patents issued in relation to what sport than any other? There are more patents issued in relation to what sport than any other?
I wish I knew if it was cars or not.
I mean, my first thought would have been like Formula One racing.
Yeah, I was thinking something that has
yeah.
a lot of money and like super. Like they're always like trying to squeeze a percentage out of innovating a new thing. Formula. Wait,
So it would be like F1, which is a disc. But we've had that before.
Yeah.
We've definitely had that before.
We've definitely had F1 before.
in what motorsport would you consider Formula motorsport? Like just like the term Formula.
I don't
Don't
know.
know.
Actually, the question was sport, right? Not motorsport.
Yeah, what
You're
sport?
just sport in general.
There are more patents issued in relation to what sport than any other? 31-15, Notre Dame, touchdown and the 2-point version. Just wanted to say.
Hey, points are points. They're only back 2 scores, technically.
Yeah.
Sports with patents.
Are we like overlooking some old sport that's just had lots of things over the years?
I don't know. Like hockey could have like a bunch of patents for like the skates.
And the rinks and the Zambonis.
What are the sports with the most equipment?
And it's got to have a lot of money in it too. If you're issuing that many patents, it's got to be like, it's not going to be something stupid like disc golf.
Shoot, it's got to
Wait,
be
wait.
Formula. Wait,
Is each disc patented? No.
yes.
No.
No,
they're
it
definitely
can't
not.
be. Because, like, Ken Climo literally just made a Rock 3, like, last week.
Yeah.
Shoot, I feel like it is Formula
Yeah, I
1.
like Formula.
But we have had that before, not that long ago.
That was all our instincts, though. And I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, let's
Let's
go
do
with
it.
it.
Oh, Formula One?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you got, Evan and Tim?
The first thing that popped in my head was golf.
There are more patents issued in relation to what sport than any other?
I think it's golf.
I think it's golf too. I'm good with
Oh
that.
my god, it
You
was
guys agree?
right there.
Oh, it's a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Volkswagen, baby.
damn it.
Inspire is a Honda.
Is the Golf a disc? Just to be clear, not the disc golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old roommate just started playing and he bought some of those PGA stamp discs. Is one of them called the golf? I don't know.
Evan, what's your gut say? Your gut was right last time.
It says no.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You guys agree?
Yep.
You are correct. You got 9-6, Alex. Am I right?
That's what I got.
All right. So it's still, there's a chance, and
Still
you
in
got
there.
no Corey for a minute. But it's Evan and Tim, 1 or 3.
What does your gut say, Tim?
I feel like the questions for cars have been harder, but I probably have a better shot than with the last few, and I feel terrible missing a Star Wars question. So let's jump ship and go to 3.
You want to go with 3?
Yeah, let's go to 3.
All right. Question 6, category 3. Usually found below 8,000 feet, what cloud class has a gray horizontal layer and produces drizzle? Usually found below 8,000 feet, what cloud class has a gray horizontal layer and produces drizzle?
I'm trying to think if it is in fact cars, and I think it is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cirrus a car? Because I think it's a cloud.
It's definitely a cloud. I'm trying to think.
The other clouds I can think of, I don't think are cars.
Well, I know of a cloud that is a car for sure.
Do tell.
Stratus.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's the low one, but I know it's a car.
Is that definitely a cloud?
I feel more I don't know if I feel more confident, but I feel confident that it's a cloud. That's all I got. I don't know if Sirius is a car. I definitely know a Stratus is a car.
Pat, can we hear it one more time?
Usually found below 8,000 feet, what cloud has a gray horizontal layer and produces drizzle?
All right, Tim, we'll go with yours. I like it.
All right, Stratus.
You guys good?
Yep.
Is the Stratus a disc?
I thought for
I feel
sure
like
it was going to be Cirrus because that is also a car.
Right? I thought so. Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think we've used it before.
Hmm.
But I am at the point, and Jason nor Jamin are here, but anything pre-episode 100 I am using.
Ooh.
I don't think I did this week, but actually, no, that's not true. Shogun, I think, was episode 70.
For all you podcast historians out there.
Well, that I thought Tim was, but
I didn't start that far back.
yeah, no, that's cool.
Super fan status revoked.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm only a fan at this point.
I think it is. My gut says yes this
Yeah,
time.
I feel like it is too. I feel like it's a pretty good name. I think it is.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Discraft, April 12th, 1997.
Whoa.
Is that before you were both born? I know Evan wasn't, but Tim, no?
No,
No.
I'm not that
Is
young.
that before episode 100?
Barely. All right, so it's 9-8. No pressure, but you guys, if you don't get this right, they have a chance to win. Alex, Corey, and Randy. Final question, category 1.
Our first question in one, and it's the last one. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
On what sci-fi Amazon show set in the 24th century, a terrorist faction among the asteroid belt drops a big rock on Earth with devastating effect? On what sci-fi Amazon show set in the 24th century does a terrorist faction among the asteroid belt drop a big rock on Earth with devastating effect?
Well, this didn't go how I had planned.
I don't know.
I can like picture the trailer for it, and I went, "That looks cool," and then like never watched it. Shoot.
The only Amazon show I can think of that's sci-fi is like Star Trek Below Decks or whatever the heck that show is.
We have to stop mentioning that show on this show. It's never been an answer.
It's clearly not a good answer for this, but it's the only thing I can think of.
Armageddon 2.
I don't think that's it.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
I have no idea. This is awful.
On what sci-fi Amazon show set in the 24th century does a terrorist faction among the asteroid belt drop a big rock on Earth with devastating effect?
Is The Expanse a thing?
That doesn't sound right.
Is it Jack Ryan?
It's not.
That's on Amazon.
What about Jack Reacher? That's on Netflix.
What was that other word you said?
The Expanse?
I don't think that's it.
It sounded vaguely sci-fi, and I'm pretty sure it's a show. That is the extent of my knowledge on that one.
I remember in that trailer you saw that one time.
I'm really trying, dude.
We're losing 9-8.
No, we're winning 98.
We're up. They would need to get it and get the thing to jump us.
Yeah, no, literally my best answer is going to be Jack Ryan, the show with the dude from The Office.
It was a good show. Nope. I got nothing. We're going with The Expanse, which I think is on Netflix.
I just could not tell you anything about
It's either that or
Yeah.
Jack Ryan.
it. Pretty sure it's not Jack Ryan,
And so
Corey.
Expanse.
We should go with Ryan. Let's not even give them The Expanse as a, let's not eliminate it for them.
No, they have to think about it and maybe
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah, we're going with
Jack
Jack
Ryan.
Ryan.
All right.
You going Jack Ryan?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess so.
What do you got, Evan and Tim?
First of all, Tim, do you know this?
I don't know it.
I
Okay.
don't like how smug he sounds right now.
No, because I'm definitely going to pick the thing that you guys just turned down. I have no idea. But I'm going to say Expanse just because.
Oh, but see, I was thinking my other. I think. Oh, since they already went, I think Fallout might be the answer.
No, but Fallout's based on video games, and I never really played them, but they're not about asteroid space colonies, I don't think. It's more about, like...
It's about apocalyptic world. Like, isn't this about a rock that hit Earth?
No, it's about post-nuclear devastation.
Oh, that's what Fallout's about. Okay.
Tim, we're going with Expanse, because if
Okay.
it is, it's just going to be Chef's Kiss.
It's going to be backbreaking.
All right, I'm down with that.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is The Expanse?
Let's go. Let's go.
We blame this on Randy.
Yeah.
We definitely
Yeah, do
blame
it.
this on Randy.
There's nothing I hate more than the phrase chef's kiss. The only thing I hate more is the actual thing that
I was
people
doing
do.
it. I was doing it at the same
Ah.
time.
Makes me cringe. But is The Expanse a diss?
Can you imagine we lose this because we chose Jack Ryan?
I
over
had
the
no
other
clue at all. And when Randy made you guys go away, I'm like, I'm going to say it because I had nothing. I had nothing.
I thought Randy was going the other way, eliminating it as an option, but he was like, no, I want
Right.
them to have that option to take that.
Right. If you guessed it, I had nothing.
I swore that show was on Netflix.
Oh,
I don't know.
So now we got to get in Pat's head. Is this just
Expanse.
I mean, an expanse is like a wide area, and ideally, you want your disc to cover a wide area.
Do you?
I do. Don't you?
I wanted to get through trees. I don't usually want it to
Get out of
cover
the
a
trees,
wide
buddy.
area. Okay.
Go play Greenville. No, that has
Okay.
trees
It is
too.
tied. This is for the win.
I know. I'm just
Just
stalling for
building
time.
suspense.
I think it is. If we're going with my gut,
Well,
I'm going to say
your gut's
yes.
been right the last 2 times.
Well, it is substantial.
Let's just ride it. Let's ride it.
You guys agree?
We'll say yes.
Thought Space Athletics,
Let's
January
go.
20th,
Oh
2025.
What a comeback.
What a game.
Randy.
Outmanned.
I'd like to nominate this moment for moment of the year next
fucking
year.
I just want to thank Alex personally for that answer, wherever you got that from.
My wife and I started watching Shogun, and I'm like, that'd be a kind of cool category for trivia. And I got Fringe, I got Chaos, I got Crossfire. And then today I just looked and I was like, oh, Expanse is a disc. I mean, it was 8-4 at one point, and you guys won 10-9.
Nuts.
Not gonna lie, we had him in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Randy's starting on hole 15 this weekend, just for
One last thing before we go. As far as sponsoring holes, Fools Fest has 2 registrations that open on Wednesday. They have the Pro and the Age Protected and the AM. Do we try to sponsor a hole for both?
How much is it?
I don't know. I mean, what are hole sponsors? They're usually like $25.
Corey, if you have to ask, then you can't afford it.
I would say yes.
My initial thought was, with sponsoring holes, to include a person from Patreon in the order that you became a Patreon member, but I also wanted to make it to where I'm sponsoring the Pro of Fools Fest, Corey, like, because he plays Pro. Sponsoring AM Age Protected, I want to like include like an Evan. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
Something that is
Yep.
appropriate for the.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the only one that's coming up anytime soon is Fools Fest. Blatnick Breeze doesn't open until February, and then we got to figure out if we want to do the Disc Cap series. I think February 16th they open up for registration for sponsorships and such, and then it's April Shower. Assuming we're gonna try to sponsor, and we probably can't pick a hole, but FDR Kisco, what hole, Alex, would you sponsor if you had a choice?
FDR, if I had a choice, I really enjoy hole 10. Yeah, I think I'd go with FDR 10.
Corey, FDR or Kisco?
I would say FDR hole 5 or 17.
All right. Evan, have you played either of those courses?
I have not, but I'm going to say FDR 10 because Alex is always right.
All right. Tim, have you played either of those courses?
I have played both of them, and I do like hole 10 quite a bit. That's a good hole.
All right. That's probably why it won't be available, but if you want to include it.
I'm trying to think if there's any other. I'm going through the course real quick in my head that I really liked. Oh, probably another one that's probably not going to be available, but the double basket 15.
15? All right. And Randy,
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
what are you thinking?
I'm going to go 17.
FDR?
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, the par 5 when you played the championship white, or is that 18?
it's par 4. 17 is at least.
Like I said, doesn't open until February, but Blatnick Breeze. So think on those holes because I don't assume we'll ever get a chance to pick the hole, but you know, it's
For
kind of fun
Blatnick,
to
it's
do.
got to be 7 or 9. You got to be on top of the hill.
Well, yes, those are both great, but I was going to say I love Blatnick. I've played well there for some strange reason. I don't know why I do well there in the win. Hole 12. Because I
Oh,
watched the
that's
rest
a
of
good one.
MA40 throw their shots and get lifted 100 feet in the air, and I just piped mine right down to the opening. Anyway,
But again, it's on top of the hill, so it's all good up there.
7 is definitely the hole you want on Blatnick.
Yeah.
It's the backup hole. You can see like
Yeah.
half the course
That's
from there.
that's true.
That's definitely
You
that's
can
what you
see
want.
Peter Cornish just peeing off the side of the hill.
If you look for it.
Does anybody have anything before we go?
Stony Kill's going to be busy on Saturday.
J Park.
And so J Park's going to be busy, so avoid that one. And there's probably still tickets left for Disc East if you want to do that.
Awesome. And Corey, I did a fucking car one, and you had problems.
The Inspire and the Pulse kind of threw me for a loop.
The Pulse is Fiat, so it's tough.
Okay.
I didn't think we'd have any chance to get golf. I can't believe you guys didn't get that.
I mean, I didn't. When I said disc golf, I didn't put like a Volkswagen Golf and golf together.
As soon as you said disc golf, I was like, oh, they're gonna get it. Oh,
I also wouldn't think that the game of golf has changed that much that would require that many patents.
Each club probably has a patent.
Yeah.
yeah. Every time
Yeah.
they came up with a new type of ball or some stupid cleat. No, I'm just kidding. Golf is great.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex, Corey, Jason, Evan, Tim, and Randy. Any birthdays?
Nick Adcats, I think, is today.
I think you're right. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nick Alcatraz at Cats. And sweet up. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks. I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. The national championship game is about to begin in Notre Dame.
I was gonna say I got that on the side too.
Yeah.
What is that? Croquet or something?
Yes, the national championship of croquet. Who are you rooting for, Alex?
I am generally a fan of Michigan, so not Ohio State.
Okay. That's a tough one, though, for Michigan, because at least until recently, Notre Dame and Michigan used to play a lot against each other.
Yeah, not the same as Ohio State though.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. I'm glad you picked the right side, though, because I might have had to hit the mute button or something for the entire night. It sucks because, from my perspective, at least with Notre Dame, just the way they've handled big games in the last decade or so, I'm not even at the point of rooting for them to win so much as rooting for them to be competitive.
Yeah.
The last time they played, actually, Ohio State, they had a chance to win, but it was at home. So this one, I'm just hoping competition. That's about it.
Yeah, fair.
Two things I would really like for them to stop doing in sports coverage from the media perspective. One, these halftime shows where they build the little studio on the field. And this is not just football. They did it in baseball too. It's like there's nothing positive. The only thing that can happen is negative things. Like it could be raining or the crowd could be extremely loud and you can't hear them. I don't see the benefit of it. There was one in baseball where they were booing A-Rod and they were, yelling J-Lo and a bunch of other shit. And you couldn't even hear what the guys were talking about. It's like, what's the benefit of that? And then the other thing was just the on-field, like right after the half or right after a play or something like that, doing like a coach interview. These guys ain't going to tell you anything. I might have bitched about this before, but it's still going on. So
Yeah.
I understand they want to get, close to the field as possible or whatever. I get that to a degree, but it's like, I don't see the positive in it. And all there could be is negative in both. Because what's the coach going to say? Oh, that guy fucked up. You know what I mean? Then he's going to get in trouble. It's like a gotcha moment.
Our defense needs to be better. Or our offense needs to be better at putting points on the board. It's just like the same cookie cutter.
Yeah.
We need to make some turnovers. I'm sorry, Uncrustables.
There you go. Yeah.